Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our second session of our online assemblies here. I know lots of people are joining us again, which is fantastic to see. So this is our second session of our online assemblies and the second video in our Easter series this week. I can see a few more people are just joining us now, which is fantastic. Welcome back if you were here with us yesterday. Welcome if this is your first time. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ellie and I work for Southampton City Mission. Southampton City Mission are a charity based in Southampton, England, and they have a basics bank. The basics bank is there to support people in the city who maybe need food, need clothing, or even baby equipment. And we are there to provide it. And I know that the food bank is really busy at the moment, helping out anyone who is in need across Southampton during this coronavirus outbreak. So it is really good to see you. As I said, my name is Ellie, but I actually work with the schools team in Southampton City Mission. And we normally go into schools across the city in about 50 plus different schools. We go and do RE days where we get to chat through Bible stories and think about different topics that Christians believe in. And we do that in a really fun way. We do that through stories and games and crafts. And we also go and do assemblies. Now, obviously, we can't really do that at the moment in schools. So we thought we would set up these online assemblies where we'll be joining you at 3 o'clock every school day afternoon. And then we will get to still have some fun. For those of you who don't know, an assembly normally looks like this, where we ask a question, get people to give us some of their answers. We talk through a Bible story. We talk about some other stories, some personal stories from real life people. And then we also like to set a challenge. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So we're going to go through all of those things together. And just so you know, even though we're looking at the Bible story and talking about what Christians believe, doesn't matter if you don't believe them either. These assemblies are open to anyone of any faith or no faith. But we hope you have fun and do keep commenting, as I can see all of your comments. Hi to Lily, hi to Isabella. And it's really good to see people joining in. So when I ask a question, I hope to see your comments and we might even have a time for some shout outs as well. So I've introduced myself. I think it's about time we asked that first question. So the question we're going to ask you today is this. What is your favourite memory? What is your favourite memory? If you're watching this with somebody else, do have a chat to them, whoever's in your room with you. Or maybe you could even comment if you're watching live. I would love to know what your favourite memories are. I will give you an example, my favourite memory whilst you're thinking. For me, I have a favourite memory. And actually, I asked my mum if she had a photo of this favourite memory in action, because it was from when I was a child. Now, unfortunately, she couldn't find the photo of this particular event, but she did very helpfully send another photo of me of about the similar age. So to help set the scene, here is myself when I was about 6 or 7 years old, I think, maybe 5. I'm afraid I have no idea why I'm in a box. I don't know why I've got food all over my face, but hopefully this is help set the scene for you. So my favourite memory is when I was a child, and it was from my birthday. Now, in my family, birthdays are when you get to choose what we have for dinner, a very special birthday tea. And my favourite food is a picnic. Now, I love all the different types of food you can get, little things to pick from, some sausage rolls, maybe some of those French fancy cakes. I love kind of picking and choosing all those yummy treats. But my birthday is in February. And it's a little bit cold in February and not the best time to go outside for a picnic. So my mum very kindly set up an indoor picnic for me. We had the blanket out on the living room carpet. Me and my sister joined in and we had our special birthday tea with all of my favourite foods. And for me, that is a really special memory. I can see some of you sharing yours. Lily's favourite memory is getting her pet cat and snake. And Isabella is getting her dog, getting a favourite pet. That is fantastic. I don't have any pets right now, but I'm sure that would be something which would create a really brilliant memory. I can hear that Charlie's favourite memory is his baby sister Maggie's first Christmas. What an exciting memory to have a sibling join you for Christmas for the first time. That must be a fantastic thought and memory. If you aren't watching live, still keep commenting. We would love to look back at those and find out all about your favourite memories as well. So, why am I talking about memories today? Well, it reminds me of the story we're going to hear from the Bible today. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of childhood Ellie, as cute as she was. We are going to talk about the next part of the Easter story. So for those of you that watched yesterday, you would have heard Matt talk about Palm Sunday, when Jesus rode in on a donkey into Jerusalem. And people were cheering and excited. They were waving palm leaves around even. But today's story takes place a few days later, on the Thursday night, and it goes a bit like this. Now, I hope those of you watching at home will want to join in, because even when we're in schools, we get people to join in with our assemblies. So wherever you are watching, I hope you're going to join in with this. The story begins when Jesus and his friends were sitting down to a nice meal. I don't know if there would have been sausage rolls or French fancies, like at my birthday picnic. This meal was probably more lamb and bread and wine, because they were celebrating the Passover supper, a special festival that was being held in Jerusalem at this time. But Jesus, he was sad. Can you all do your sad faces? He was telling his friends, I have to go away. He was telling his friends that he was going to go back to his Father in heaven and that he was going to die. Now his friends, they wanted to know why. And Jesus told them that there were some people here in Jerusalem who didn't like him very much. They didn't like the things he was saying and the things he was doing, and they were going to arrest him, have him nailed to a cross and killed. Now Jesus' friends were really sad too. Can you show those sad faces again? Jesus' friend says, no, we won't let them do that. We can't let them do that. But Jesus explained, one of you has already taken money from them because you've said you will help them catch me. Well, now Jesus' friends started to look around. Can you look around the room where you are? They looked to the left and said, is it you? It's not me. They were suspicious. They looked to the right. Is it you? It's not me. But one man, a man called Judas, stood up and walked out. Jesus said, let him go. We have something more important to do. And then Jesus took the bread and the wine. He took a chunk of bread and he said a special thank you prayer for it. And then he ripped the bread open and passed it round and said to his friends, I don't want you to forget me. I will never forget you. When you take this bread, it is my body that is given up for you. Eat it and remember me. Then he did the same with the drink. He took a cup of wine or grape juice. He said a thank you prayer for it. And he said to his friends, this is my blood that will be used to wash away all the bad things. Drink it and remember me. After that, Jesus and his friends sang a song and went out into a garden. We will carry on with that next part of the story in tomorrow's assembly. But it's got me thinking about remembering. Do you know Christians today, they still use bread and wine to remember Jesus and to remember this special week of events that we celebrate every Easter, remembering the sacrifice that Jesus made when he died on the cross. But Christians don't just remember Jesus at Easter time, and they don't just use bread and wine. In fact, Christians try and remember Jesus all the time. for me as a Christian, this is something I try and do. And I try and think of Jesus in all situations. For example, if I'm not sure what decision I should make, if I've got a problem and I'm not sure what to do, I will try and think about what Jesus does. I will say a prayer and ask God to help me. Maybe there's a situation where I'm feeling a little bit lost or a little bit confused. Maybe I'm not sure what I should do to help my friends. And I think to myself, what would Jesus do? In fact, quite a lot of Christians do this, and I even have this bracelet, which I used to wear on my wrist all the time. It's got a bit old now. And it says on it, WWJD. That stands for, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? It's a question I ask myself, and I know a lot of other Christians would too, when we're faced in any situation. And we try and remember what Jesus did. We think back to all those Bible stories, and sometimes we have to read them again to remind ourselves and read the Bible to think, how would Jesus respond into any situation? It's something which I know really helps me in my life. Well, this is going to lead on to today's challenge that I have for you all. I hope you're up for it. Today's challenge is this. Can you make a memory journal? You see, you might be thinking in this current situation that you're not able to make any special memories. You're stuck at home, you can't see your friends, and maybe life is a bit boring in isolation. But I think this is actually a brilliant opportunity to find some exciting memories, to make some new memories. Maybe this is a situation that you'll never experience again, so let's try and make the most of it. I challenge you to make some memories. I want you to write them down or draw pictures of them and record them in some way. For example, I have a little memory book, my little book of blessings. This was a gift someone gave me a few years ago, and I've been trying to write down any time I think of something really nice and joyful, and then I can look back and remember it. And I'm going to share some of those with you now. So from the 8th of January last year, 2019, my little blessing, my memory is of cake and a good book. It's a really nice reminder that actually, I was really enjoying the book I was reading at that time. Maybe that's something I need to start doing again. And I'm always grateful for good cake. A few weeks later, I was really grateful and really excited by having friends that also enjoyed playing board games. I love playing board games, and actually that's a memory I've made this week as well, finding ways to play my favourite board games, but online with my friends who are maybe in another house. So that's my way of storing memories and making special reminders. But maybe you could do it in a different way. Could you get a jar and put in all your special memories, seal them away, and then maybe at the end of the year, open it up again and have a jar of joy? I know a friend likes to do that every New Year, and then on New Year's Eve, open it up again. So the challenge, if you're up for it, is to make some memories and write them down and record them in whatever way you choose, so that you can look back and remember the good in this situation and the good things in this time. We have a bit of a bonus challenge for you. If you do this challenge or any of the other ones over the next few weeks, we would love you to share them with us. Here at Southampton City Mission, we have an Instagram account, and we would love you to tag at SEM Schools in any of your memory jars or maybe in something else that we set as a challenge over the next few weeks. If you're not on Instagram, maybe you could send us an email instead, schools@southamptoncitymission.co.uk. Keep in touch with us and we might get to share some of your ideas to inspire other people as well. So, we're coming to the part of the assembly now, which we do at the end of every assembly, and that is where we say a prayer. Now, like Matt explained, if you watched yesterday, this assembly is for anyone. And if you don't want to pray, that's fine. You can just let it go over your head and no harm done. Maybe you can spend the next minute just quietly reflecting on the story you heard, some of the memories you've made already this week, or maybe something you're looking forward to in the future. If you do want to join in with my prayer though, then you can just say Amen at the end. Amen just means I agree. So I'm going to say a prayer now. Let's do that together. Dear God, thank you for sending your son Jesus and for all the amazing things he did when he was here on earth about 2,000 years ago. Help us to always remember what he did and remember how much you love us. Please, God, also help us to make the most of this current time. Help us to make special memories that we can look back on in the future with smiles and joy. And if you agree with this prayer, you can say, Amen. Well, I want to say thank you to everyone that has joined me today. Thank you to Lily, who's talking about how she loves all of her friends. And yeah, she's writing her memories in a diary. That's a great idea. You don't have to share them with us, but what a great thing to have for a keepsake for you to look back on. Absolutely right. I just want to take the opportunity to remind everyone that we are going to be doing this every day, every weekday at 3 p.m. And the best way to make sure you don't miss one of our shows is to make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you hit the little notification bell, you will get a reminder as well to make sure when we start our next live stream. The next show will be tomorrow with Matt again at 3 o'clock, and he will be talking to us all about prayer. So make sure you stay tuned and watch that to find out a little bit more about it. I will be back again on Friday, but for now, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you again soon. Thank you very much. Bye.